Hello, my fellow interwebs. It's I, Fam Cheesecake, and today we will be reviewing my Legend of Zelda Master Sword. But before we get on to that, I have some very sad news because on the date of recording, which is the 13th of the 7th of 2015, Satoru Iwasa sadly passed. He is the CEO of Nintendo, and for a brief glimpse into history, he was one of the original coders back when Nintendo was first starting out. He created, or helped create, some of the classic games that we hold dear today. And from his work has inspired so many to take up his profession, to be coders, game designers, so they can create the same fun and thrills and enjoyment they had when they were children playing his games. So that's what I'm going to remember of him. So go ahead, go and research him, go look him up. It's an amazing history. But what I will remember of him, what I will take away, is the legacy of games he created. The legacy of games he helped create, and the legacy of games that will go on to be created in his name. So, thank you for all your hard work, Mr. Satoru Iwasa. Without you, gaming wouldn't be the same as it is today. So, in my little way of remembering him, I guess, today we'll be reviewing the staple mark of Nintendo's history and culture, Legend of Zelda Master Sword. Here we are with the Legend of Zelda Master Sword. Now, Legend of Zelda is one of my favourite games ever. Big fan of the entire series. I've played nearly all of them. So I'm really impressed that I managed to build this, and it actually looks like the Master Sword. It's not one particular Master Sword, I should mention that. It is an amalgamation of a lot. So I've taken my favourite bits from each one and just smashed them together, a bit stylised. It's not colour perfect. Some of you may notice that at the front here at the tip of the blade, it's a bit grey, and then if you go throughout the hilt, some of it's not all perfect. But for what I had and the time constraint I did it in, I think it turned out pretty well. And this thing is really big. From the tip of the blade to the end of the hilt, it's 58 centimeters long and only 3 centimeters wide throughout the blade, going up to 10 up here at the hand guard. But it is pretty cool, and it feels very meaty in your hands. It feels like a proper sword. And the hand guard actually works with my hand, so it's big enough to actually protect my hand. And you can't really see this in shot, but it's that big that it doesn't fit in the entire frame. It took about 100 pieces to make, 100 plus pieces I should say, which is quite surprising when you think about it when you break it all down. So I think my calculation's a bit off, it's more a 200 range, but definitely 100 plus. Mainly white and blue, dark blue, same type of blue I used on my Soundwave design. So what you want to do if you want to build something similar to this is cannibalize any separatist Star Wars sets from Lego. That color blue is perfect for Legend of Zelda Sword. It's the closest to purple you can get without going purple, basically. Moving on from the sword itself, I mean, it's quite a nice replica, I quite enjoy it. But what we can now look at is, if we go down here, we can have a look at the base. Now, the base is taken from the original games, where it's a much smaller unit it's held in. I like to think Ocarina of Time is where I think it's taken from. I've taken this design from a Mock Pages user, which I'll link in the description down below. I've completely forgotten the name, and I'm so sorry for doing that. I do that a lot. But yeah, I really like the design. It's really stable for my sword design. I had to modify it a bit, but turn around, same design on the back. Yeah, I don't have a lot of grey, so I keep it this way when I'm showing it off because it's coloured the right way that way. So you can hold the sword quite well, which I will do for you now. We can lock it in place, and look at that, perfectly standing up. It's about 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters, perfect base. Again, this one is actually 100 pieces, which is surprising. And I think altogether they look really cool. I can zoom out a little bit further so you can have a look at it, and it goes off into the darkness into my shelf. So I think it's pretty cool. So if you would like to see any more builds from Legend of Zelda, or any Nintendo-based ones, leave a comment down below what you think I should build, and I will get on it straight away, because after I finished this guy, I was really pumped to build some more Legend of Zelda stuff. So, If you think of anything cool that I should review next, or you think of any Legend of Zelda stuff you think I should make, drop a comment down below. And as always, I've been Cheesecake, you for the review. Bye!